Jaiden Animations and speedrunning are basically the entire foundation of this channel. So when I found out that Jaiden Animations is getting back into the speedrunning world once again, I had to put on my GDQ shirt, sit down, and immediately make a video. Welcome back, friends, and a special welcome to all the new friends out there. I'm YoBGS, player of games, speedrunner of some, world record holder in, I think, a couple, not as many as I was when Jaiden first ran Cooking Mama, though. And I'm excited. Jaiden is getting back into the world of speedrunning, and today she says she's speedrunning an unspeedrunnable game. However, there are people out there that have speedrun the Five Nights at Freddy's series. There are people out there that have speedrun Doki Doki Literature Club. You can speedrun just about anything, because as long as there are menus, there are ways to menu quickly. Now, if you like this video, I always got to make sure to remind you to subscribe. So many of you did before, and that was kind of where my whole, again, career got started. I'm a little disappointed because after my last video, a bunch of people went out and bopped a lot of my world records in speedrunning. So I've been trying to get back into that lately, but we'll see where this goes. I don't know, maybe I'll have a new game here.
As you know, most games are pretty flexible in terms of getting to go as fast, or slow if you're lame, as you want. And honestly, it's pretty hard to limit that from players. Maybe
I love that she started with the BLJ, which is like the most, I feel like this is the most commonly known, not this,
you know,
this is cool. You can pick up a bomb in Mario 64 and, yeah, use it to go through walls and pyramids and stuff, but
most games are pretty flexible in terms of getting to go as fast, or
is one of the ways you can beat Mario with way fewer stars than you need, Mario 64 rather, and it's so fun. It's a booty tooch. I love it.
Slow if you're lame, as you want. And honestly, it's pretty hard to limit that from players. Maybe you could turn the main character into an old man who has trouble walking or something, but that's not fun. At least in theory, I don't know. But you know the one
Banjo-Kazooie?
That's not fun. At least in theory.
Or Ursa Ring and some sort of Moltres demon?
I don't know. But you know the one video game genre that forces everyone to play at the same pace? Rhythm games. Rhythm Heaven is one of my favorite games, especially in the rhythm category. I played it constantly growing up, and I wanted to come up with some dumb excuse to play it for a video.
That's
so today—
And see, I used to play DDR a lot back in the day. There was a mall by me with a DDR machine. It was by the Chinese place, and they would give us free samples for dancing all day. But that's the thing. So rhythm games in general, yeah, you have to play a song at the same pace, but like Clone Hero, which is kind of a Guitar Hero game with custom boards, it's my understanding that they speed up the songs to ridiculous paces. You can't understand the song anymore, but they do get through it a lot quicker.
I'm speedrunning a rhythm game. How does that work? In actuality, I have no idea, but this is what I laid out for myself. As the video game masochist I am, I wanted to make sure I had some sort of challenge capable of driving me to the brink of insanity, so I'm gonna be running the all medals category, which means I only have a certain amount of mess-ups per minigame before I fall from award-winning gaming greatness into low-life scum. And since I'm not—
You have to love that Jaiden goes for the 100% speedruns, by the way. Like, I don't know. As someone who— I get bored with things really quickly because ADD. I am always envious of people who can go for the 100%. Me, like I said, I've speedrun like Caesar's Palace on Genesis that has like a 1 second speed run, so it's the far opposite end of the spectrum.
Running a game no one else has run before, I have some competition for the first time. There's a decent amount of runs already submitted, so to compete with them, I need to make sure I get first try medals throughout the entire game, every time. All 50. I need to play 50 rhythm games in a row without messing up. I thought about going for an all perfects run, and then I did a test play to see how hard it would have been, and I was like, no, this would actually make me want to stop breathing.
Okay, so there are limits to even the master here. And she's right, you know, when you're up against other people, it can really be lame because they've been working for years and years, and you come in like, hey, I wonder if I can do this. But you realize that most games have really supportive communities in the speedrunning world, and a lot of games are really willing to teach you the strategies. So you can do it a lot quicker then you would have been able to pick it up on your own. Although sometimes you run into this weird combo. Like I tried to beat Wildlife Country Club faster than Curtis Connor, and it was a disaster.
So here we go. This is my experience speedrunning the 14-year-old rhythm game, Rhythm Heaven Fever. For my first run, I just wanted to play through the whole game to simply see how it would go. You know, learn what I needed to practice, get my pacing. And you know what? It was kind of an insane first try. I only messed up on 2 games in the entire run.
Nice.
Figure Fighter 2, which is this game where you're a puny little shrimp man who gets inflated to punch a punching bag in front of a crowd of a...
So I don't know a lot about Rhythm Heaven. It sounds almost like a Bishibashi type of game, right? Where it's rhythm related, but it's not necessarily songs or music as much as it is like, you know, you have to in a rhythm.
Who gets inflated to punch a punching bag in front of a crowd of a couple hundred people. And Remix 10, of course. If you've played Rhythm Heaven Fever, you know about Remix 10. The game organizes all the mini-games into columns, and after you play 4 of them, there's a remix that's like a medley of the whole column. It's genuinely cool, but for the last remix, it's a nearly 4-minute game of every single mini-game you've played up until that point. Like I said, very cool, but also terrifying from a speedrun perspective. Anyway, besides getting okays in 2 minigames,
all you have to do is do the thing, do it right, don't mess it up, and there you go. It almost sounds like she's got beginner's luck, right? When you first try a speedrun, oftentimes you'll get the level of RNG that speedrunners only dream of, but you can't capitalize on it because you're not practiced. And so it's like you get the god RNG, but then you can't do anything with it.
That means I was perfectly prepared for all the others, and I was shocked. That's not half bad. In fact, that's 96% not half bad. I even started thinking to myself, oh man, if I get this run faster than anticipated, maybe I can't even make a video for it. I was worried I would get it like attempt 2 and then not know what to talk about.
No, we're 3 minutes into a 14-minute video. You're gonna be fine.
No, I do have a video for it. As you can see, I went into attempt 2 with a very heightened sense of confidence, ready to complete my run second try, and I immediately missed the first beat. Up!
Jaden.
So that run's dead. Attempt 3 was going alright, making a few more mistakes than normal, but was still doing well enough to keep getting medals. Then I got to Dunk Donk, which I hate. I hate it, and it's the worst one. You're this middle thing and have to dunk against the other things to make this blimp go fast or something. Honestly, the whole concept of this one is beyond me, but
It looks like some sort of twisted Flappy Bird, but like without even the pipes to try and help you figure out what you're supposed to do.
I was just barely missing the marks, and when I say barely, I mean I was still donking against them, but in a way that's like, I definitely didn't donk perfectly. A few other games have this visual feature, and throughout the run, I was telling my friends Jordan and Kelsey, who were helping me take notes and keeping me company.
Oh, shout out to friends.
I have no idea if that means I completely messed up, or if it's a, that was a close donk, but we'll give it to you type of thing. And then after the game ended, I need to like look up if that's bad or not.
Oh!
It is bad.
Apparently it's bad, Baby Jim.
Alright, well, run's dead.
I don't like, and it makes it even worse that this game patronizes you, right? You felt the rhythm, you kept up with the changes, try again.
It's bad, Baby Jim.
Alright, well.
And that's an hour
dead.
in?
Well,
oh, I hate that. So again, for the most part, the games I speedrun are short because rage becomes a factor. When you're an hour in, that is just brutal to have to reset. Also, it looks here like the okay sign just fell.
Alright, I guess I got that answer. I started another run after that and messed up at the very beginning before I could even do anything. The timer starts after choosing your new file and clicking yes when asked to continue. And then immediately after that, there's a very long tutorial. But speedrunning strat, you can actually skip that pesky little tutorial by after clicking yes, immediately clicking the home button and restarting the game. See, this run is cool. It's got cool skips and stuff.
Yeah, minor optimizations. Like, and again, in a run like this with fixed games, those type of optimizations are the things that make all of the difference. Like, there's a game I speedrun for a long time called The Bouncer on PlayStation 2. And a lot of the fight scenes, yes, you can do them a little bit quicker, but you also have to skip, I think, 70 cutscenes. So every time you skip one of those cutscenes, you can save time.
Anyway, I missed the reset
I know, it's fascinating.
button. It's petty and not a big deal, but I restarted it anyway because why would I leave in an extra half second of time loss like that? My mental game for that run was already irretrievable. Attempt 5 was on its way until I messed up too much on Flock Step, the game where you're a bird within a group of other birds all migrating and walking at the same time. I got trampled. So yeah, it felt like I was only doing worse and worse. The first run was almost perfect immediately, and now it felt like I was losing my mojo. Why did I—
It's the mental. The mental in speedrunning is so brutal. You'll get to a point where you're doing everything right, man. You're firing on all cylinders. And then you mess up something that you've never messed up before. And all of a sudden, you are stuck. Like, you will continue to mess up that exact same stupid thing that you've done right for years over and over. And then you get that right, only to have something else immediately mess up. Like, it's just a series of things that, I even get frustrated just talking about it.
I have to jinx.
Because it's like talking about it will jinx you.
First run was almost perfect immediately, and now it felt like I was losing my mojo. Why did I have to jinx it? Why did I have to think I was gonna be too good for this challenge? But then I got on this run. A run where I was doing better than I ever had before. Remix 1, Remix 2, Remix 3, I was getting perfects. Maybe the occasional 1 or 2 mistakes, but that was it. I was in it. The zone.
Let's go!
Not that it mattered I was getting perfects, it still gives me the same normal medal, but I was doing well, alright? And it was an overall calm feeling too. I didn't mention it, but my very first run, I was on the verge of passing out or something. My anxiety was through the roof. I knew it didn't even matter, but the entire run I was having to take deep breaths and tell myself to calm down and stuff.
It matters to you. And that, again, that happens in anything. You know, if you're speedrunning a game and the whole purpose of it is beat it in X time and you can unlock something, you'll get to that final boss and you can feel like your heartbeat in your fingertips holding the controller, and it feels like your body's just melting in the chair. But then you get to a point in speedrunning, it's funny, you almost reverse jinx yourself. You're like, this run's gonna screw up. I don't care. This run's terrible. Nothing. There's no way this is gonna do anything. And then you blink and it's over. It happened with Simply. He's a Mario 64 runner. The whole run, he was talking about how bad the run was. He ended up getting a world record.
My hands were shaking, but after a few
Knees
runs,
weak,
my
mom's
speedrunning
spaghetti.
anxiety had disappeared, and I was just calm and focused. Until I got to the end game. Then it came flowing back, and it felt like my heart rate was so high I should have stopped immediately and had someone drive me to urgent care.
Oh no!
We need a doctor! She was trying to speedrun Rhythm Heaven! Isn't that a rhythm game? I started up Samurai Slice 2, which I was extremely worried about because it was the second time I'd gotten this far since the first run. I didn't mention it, but the actual reason I lost my second attempt was because of this game. So now there's trauma there. Jordan and Kelsey stayed silent so I could have maximum focus, and as I started getting into it, Jacob joined the call. Jacob, you're a very great
Jacob Alpharad! But Alpharad's a speedrunner, he should know.
friend, and I was very happy you joined, but oh my goodness, I was sweating bullets.
Hello.
Hello.
How's rhythming?
It's going good so far.
Jaden's in focus mode.
I assumed as much. How far is this?
I think we're about halfway.
We
Oh,
just
nice.
finished Remix 7.
Nah, we're about 3/4 done.
Oh, nice.
It's so tricky because as a watcher, you know, when someone's like, how's it going? You want to be like, she's on the run! This is the run, shut up! But she can hear you. That's just gonna make it worse.
How have you guys been?
Good.
An hour 18 in.
Came in at a good time.
Oh, phew. I was sweating so hard. Phew! Alright, moving on. Honestly, still,
But maybe that helped. Maybe the distraction got her brain off of, I hope I don't mess this up. And it's a Wii rhythm game, so if there's swinging involved, man, I would chalk everything up. You'd be pulling my controller out of the flat
I was
screen.
doing really well. It wasn't until Love Rap 2 that I even hit my first 4 mistakes in one game. Very frightening, but I still squeaked by. Side note, I have no idea the technicalities of how many mess-ups I'm given per game. I was just hoping and praying the entire run. Then it was time. I was
Blind faith. the fan of the speedrunner.
That Figure Fighter 2 again. The game that officially ended my first run. I practiced it religiously after that,
Come
desperately
on.
trying to assure I would never fail at it ever again.
Let's
This game
go.
is deep into the run too. It's like one of the last 5 in the entire game. So losing at that one did sting quite a bit the first time. After lots of nervous pep talk to myself, I went into it. And you know what happened? I knocked it out of the park. From 5 mistakes that cost me the run, all the way down to 1. I get to continue on. Every minigame onwards was just exponentially heightening my anxiety further. I was doing really well, but that's what was terrifying me. I didn't know when the mistakes were just gonna hit, and it felt like any second I could kill the run. Because I could. I'm being completely honest, unfortunately, when I say this was probably the worst nervous anxiety I've ever felt in my entire life.
Meanwhile, the sick speedrunner in me is like, yeah, heart rate monitor. How is it going? Like, what was the BP at this point? But yeah, in a rhythm game too, if you mess up one and you get off beat, before your brain can even process that you're off beat, you're gonna be done with that few mistakes allowed.
A Rhythm Heaven Fever speedrun. I was taking deep breaths every chance I could. It felt like I had chills. I would have liked to pause and calm myself down, maybe get a cold towel, but I couldn't because, you know, it's a speedrun.
Exactly.
I was saying things like, I can't handle this. Oh no, I can't. My chest hurts.
An hour and a
I
half
feel like
in.
my ribs are gonna fall out of me. Okay. More deep breaths. Some water, maybe. I hate this feeling. I don't want to live with this feeling any longer.
Only 5 left.
Maybe I was starting to hallucinate or something, but it felt like I was literally having nervous wreck heart palpitations. Both scenarios are equally likely, but I was somehow keeping it together on the outside and made it to the grand finale. Remix 10. This was also the game I practiced the most, next to Figure Fighter 2, so I was technically prepared, but not mentally. I was falling apart mentally, crumbling if you will, but I had no—
That is the thing that for me is hardest when it comes to getting good speedruns versus just getting an okay speedrun, is eventually you have to do those things at the end of the game that can completely trash the entire run. Like, I play safe. I'm trying to think of some of the longer runs that I've done. Those are unfortunately the ones I don't have great times in. But like, in the Bouncer, which is probably the game I've run the most, you have to just be aggressive as all get out. And if you get caught in this infinite combo, you just die. The run's over and that's it. But like, you have to go for it because if you don't, you're not gonna beat your last time.
time to try and calm down. That would be time loss, of course. So
Yep.
without hesitation, I had to start it. All things considered, even though I couldn't hear the game over the sound of my heartbeat, I was doing pretty decently, but then the first mistake hit. I don't technically know how many mistakes that counts for, but it's okay. It's assumedly the first one. Then it happens again moments later. This is what I was talking about earlier when I don't know if that counts as an actual mistake or not. Can I look it up? Does the internet have the answer? I don't know, maybe, probably, but I'm in too deep to check at this point, so I'm not going to.
Yeah, you can't stop in the middle of the run to check
The
it
run
out.
continues. It happens again. I wasn't ready for the switch to the tap dancers and missed my cue. They literally harassed me in-game about it. It's all slowly falling apart now. I don't think I can make any more mistakes.
No!
Do I know for sure? Not at all, but that's what was filling my head at this point. I continue, and dear God, no. I missed 3 of the little dots. I'm sure it's over now. I don't know how many technical mistakes I've made at this point, but it just feels like too many. I'm completely—
I don't know if it counts as a mistake. I've just mauled the fire hydrant. The city's on fire and the light pole's
I don't
bent.
know how many technical mistakes I've made at this point, but it just feels like too many.
Nah, it's gonna
I'm
work
completely in the dark now if I'm even en route to pass or not. I will add in my Remix 10 practice, at the very end, there's a little credits minigame, you know, like the ones I skipped, where you tap A on beat to make the little mascot guy fly in the air. There's one part I just couldn't get at all, and that was the double tap where he does like this little roll into a jump. There wasn't a single time in training that I could get that part, and always missed it, and when I needed it most, did I get it in the run?
Yes. Bum, 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 bum.
No. That's it. I don't know how many mistakes that was, but it was too many. My heart sank, dude. All that work just to fail at the very end. All that anxiety I'm gonna-
we're 2 hours in, there's gotta be. Come on, we need the swerve. We need the swerve. We need the perfect. Bonus points, extra credits, something.
have to relive. I just didn't know if I could handle it. Like, physically. I wasn't joking about the heart palpitations / hallucinations. All I could do was sit there at the foot of Rhythm God and wait for my judgment.
Why is the god of rhythm Super Macho Man? Or not Super Macho Man, Masked Muscle from Super Punch-Out.
I don't know. I don't know about that
I
one.
don't know.
I genuinely don't know.
Just
one's
be like,
mean.
careful.
No, don't say it, don't say it. Oh my god!
Hey, let's go!
I did it!
1 minute or
That-
1 hour and 53 minutes.
That was so stressful.
Holy
Oh my-
cow.
I don't know how, but I did it. I finished the run. I was free. I officially played all the Rhythm Heaven Fever minigames and didn't fail at earning a medal first try on any of them at all. 1 hour, 53 minutes, and 1 second. That's my final score. How does that compare to the world record?
I'm gonna say 14th.
Honestly, not even close. I don't really know how.
What? Come on now. Come on. Look.
Honest.
In a game, right, that is an hour and 53 minutes, she got, right, because she got a 153, right? Yeah, 153.01, less than a minute away from the world record. That is great. That is really good. And I think that she needs to not, she needs to give herself more credit.
Honestly, not even close. I don't really know how they saved so much time. My main guess is that playing on the Wii is much faster in terms of loading time. I was playing on a Wii U, and that could affect how fast everything loads. I don't know. But also, there's no way I'm gonna play on a Wii for YouTube. Do you
I would have thought it would have been, wow, Jaden hates the Wii. Holy, top 10 anime betrayals.
So there's no way I'm gonna play on a Wii for YouTube.
By the way, sweet meme.
Do you know how crunchy that would make this footage? I'd rather take the time loss bullet so I don't have to cross my eyes just to rewatch my footage. So how does my run compare to the people who did the same run on the Wii U? Second best. And you know what?
Heck yeah! Look, that is amazing.
Ooh. Second best.
I recorded this in February, but someone broke it like a month ago.
And you know what? I'll take it. I have no idea how this guy ended up saving like 10 seconds, but being the second best Wii U Rhythm Heaven Fever All Medals runner is fine with me. I am settling, and I am proud. Will I probably lose this record hours after this video goes up? Absolutely, but that's just how it goes. People message me for weeks, months after my Cooking Mama 2 speedrun video being like, Jaden, you're not the world record holder anymore. And it's like, yeah, I know. Thanks for rubbing it in. I'm trying to cope over here. Nah, I'm kidding. I'm actually really happy people started running Cooking Mama.
That was so cool. And again, like, I have such a weird fondness for that video because without it, I'd still be making Legends of the Hidden Temple and Nick Arcade videos, I guess.
Especially the burnt pie %. I felt honored in a really strange way. Anyway, after trying my hand in speed...
I just want to point out, I was the initial world record holder for Burn a Pie IRL %.
Running a game that has a semi-active, honestly at the moment kind of dead, running base. I now realize speedrunning is terrifying, especially if content is on the line. I'd probably like it more if I did it for fun in my free time. But yeah, oh well. I'm happy I finished my run. Despite everything, I had a great time. And it just feels good knowing I'm half decent at Rhythm Heaven now. A skill that will be very useful. Absolutely never.
You never know.
I really still can't believe I almost had a panic attack because I was speedrunning Rhythm Heaven, but hey, just put it on the resume, I guess. Sorry the videos have been coming out.
How do you explain that to the therapist? Like, they really do need gaming psychologists out there for people that do, you know, MLG type stuff, for people that do speedrunning. You need people with experience in speedrunning that can help you with that.
Sporadic in terms of frequency. Honestly, the reason why is because they're just longer in general, which takes a bunch more time to animate. But they're fun. I like the videos. I think they're fun. Maybe if I just stock up on a bunch of videos for like 6 months, I can
They're
post
God
regularly
tier.
like a normal content creator for like a month, and we can all pretend it's normal and awesome. Just an idea, I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I appreciate any and all support you guys have for me.
Let's go, dude. Jaden, I've got all the support. That is, like, it is so hard to speedrun. And she pointed out, like, it's hard when content's on the line, but you have to remember, there are people out there, maybe not the kind of people you want in your community, but there are people out there that don't mind if you fail. There are people out there that get a kick out of it, seeing runs die hours in. I watched somebody the other day, they were doing an FF7 100% run. They realized they forgot something like 19 hours in and had to just boot the whole thing. And I mean, okay, maybe that's not funny, but like, you know, the goofs every now and then can be, it's part of the whole process. And the fact that Jaden is still speedrunning over a year later, I love it. I love it. And I don't know, it makes me want to get back into speedrunning more than I have lately. Admittedly, I've been doing it, but like she said, I've been doing it in my spare time. So it's one of those things. Give it a try. Give it a try. You never know, you know, what's gonna come from it. Let me know in the comments if you have tried speedrunning. And as always, friends, take care, and I will see you for the Salty Runback.